morning and welcome to the one and only Kahani News Network. It is quite a bright day today, like it always is. The temperature is 34 degrees Celsius, no different than it was yesterday or a year ago. Today, for our breakfast show, I will be telling you about a Gup City hero who saved us from eternal wrath of Katamshud. His name is Haroun and he comes from the planet below us.
Hello, it is great to be back here.
Aha, yes, thank you. Now Haroun, you've gone through a very important and tiring adventure. Do you have any words on the call to this adventure, as in what motivated you to do this for us?
Well, before becoming a hero, I needed a mission to fulfill. I was motivated to help my father after my mother left us with Mr. Sengupta. This was at the time when my father lost his storytelling abilities.
Wow, incredible. Now to ask, were there any reasons that caused you to maybe refuse to answer this call?
Well, I guess you could say I was the one that told my father off. It absolutely ruined him, which is why he lost his storytelling powers. Just by asking that stupid question of what the use of stories is that aren't even true, I'd caused so much trouble.
So, how did you make the decision of accepting the call to adventure?
Well, if the water genie had come to our floating boathouse and was demanding me to hand him back the disconnector tool, the agreement I made with him to travel to Goop City in exchange for the tool changed everything. I really felt guilty, which is why I knew that I should be the one to fix this sticky mess. I had been committed to this quest without even knowing it.
On the way to Gup City, do you have any supernatural aid? Was anybody of our people helping you?
Oh yes, without the help of If, But the Hoopy, Mali the Gardener, and the Plentimo fish, I don't even know how I would have gone to Gup City, let alone save your kingdom.
Ah, I see. Now, how did you enter this new world? You had to have crossed a barrier or a threshold coming into this new world.
Yes, but this wasn't your physical type of barrier. I needed to adjust to the climate and to the people living here. I was entering the unknown, the belly of the beast as you might recall, but I adapted quite quickly.
So, after you made your way to our city, tell me what exactly you did. Our viewers want to know everything.
Well, I went through many hardships that tested me both physically and mentally. These challenges, such as defeating Katamshud's shadow bow, focusing for more than 11 minutes, and myself adapting to Kahani in Chop City. These were all times that helped me realize what quest I had to complete. I even met with a staggering girl. Her name was Blabbermouth, and she escorted me to the chambers in the palace of Gup City. I don't think I've ever been in love till then. Oh man, what feelings I had when I left the Battle of Chop City to save the ocean and the story streams. I thought I would never see her again. Blabbermouth, that is. Of course, I never saw Blabbermouth as a distraction. It always occurred to me that Princess Batchi was the true distraction from us saving the story streams. All hope was lost for me on the Katamshud shadow bow, until I realized the enemy of shadows, sunlight. I knew that if the Kahani moon ever shone on this side, then all these shadows would melt away. Once I used the wish water to my advantage, I realized my purpose in this quest, and how to conquer my enemy that I never knew I had. In the end, I was able to defeat Katamshud in his shadow with myself and my friends. I received new powers and new knowledge of the sea. This was how I managed to stop the pollution of the sea, and I couldn't have done it without the help of my supernatural friends. Not only this, but I received a new weapon in my aid called the Vitalite, which distracted the shadows long enough for us to escort ourselves out of the ship.
Wow, what an amazing story and experience. There must have been so many things you learned from this. How was your trip coming back, mind I ask?
Well, after defeating Katam Shud, I felt hesitant about leaving Kahani, but mostly blabbermouth. I longed to see her because I truly felt something positive between us. Not only this, but it felt much more important for my wish to be granted. I felt that If was not going to back me up to the Walrus. For a moment, I thought I was in trouble with the Walrus himself. On the way back to Earth, Rashid and I were both on But the Hoopy's back. I was finally returning back to Earth, knowing that whatever would happen soon, a happy ending was for sure. I've won these blessings from the Walrus by fighting for his kingdom, and the flight back to the boathouse felt more like a magical flight instead of a difficult rescue back to our time. I remembered, though, that I had one last crisis to resolve back on my planet. Everybody on my planet was always sad, so I made a wish to turn all those frowns upside down. Figuratively speaking, I gave everyone in my sad city a truly happy ending. I had 2 victories in total, one each on both planets, and this indeed changed me as a person. When I returned back to my sad city, the people have finally remembered its true name, Kahani. The virtual world merged with my real world to create the life I am living right now, with a happy ending, that is. I now hold a miniature Butta Hoopy that can take me between these 2 planets. I've crossed the final threshold. In the end, I've realized the true meaning of stories and how much power they can hold. It's important to me that I shouldn't go back, so to not mess with the value and power of stories. Not only that, but my life has been so great already. There is really no other reason for me to travel back. I turned the moon Kahani into my own little Earth. Thank you for letting me tell my story to you. I say hello to all of you one last time before I depart. Goodbye.
Well, thank you very much for having us, Haroun. I am your host, and this has been the Kahani News Network Breakfast Show.